Hello darlings, how are you? I hope that you're well and doing fantastic. So welcome to another broadcast. I am your favorite mermaid mystic. Do you like how I do that every time? I am your favorite mermaid mystic. I thought that I would do just an impromptu video, just sitting here with the kittens all about me, because they seem to be more intrigued with wanting to run amok when I am trying to shoot video in a professional manner. So I'm hoping that I can get this word across to you. Let's talk about it, shall we? I wanted to talk about you and when you're trying to manifest and you consistently are persisting in your affirmations and they're not working. And I want to talk about why they're not working, loves. The reason is because you're persisting and it is creating and building more resistance. And so what happens is, we know, okay, so I use the analogy and the metaphor of being a mermaid. So when you are a mermaid, you know that the only way to accomplish lovely, wonderful things and have a good flow about you is that I give this analogy of when I used to swim in my mermaid shows. Now, if you go back to many videos before, years and years prior, I speak about how you have to have a certain amount of air in your lung capacity when you are giving a performance in the water, as I was at Weeki Wachee Mermaid. So if you take in too much air, you're going to rise to the surface. If you exhale too much, you sink to the bottom of the river. And so the objective was we always had to be a certain amount of balanced lung capacity. So when we were doing that, we were all in line because there was 5 people in a show. And so I'm holding my phone, so my apologies. But when we would have the 5 mermaids swimming in the show, we all had to be symmetrical. We all had to be straight in a row. So we all had to be taking in as much air as the next girl on either side of us in order to have a performance that was spectacular. And we were graded on every performance. So if we were taking in too much air and we weren't exhaling enough, and we were out of balance with the other mermaids, our sister mermaids, then we got critiqued on that. So we had to stay after the shows and we would have to redo our performances in the water as if it's training. So we would consistently have to do that because it was imperative that we had a perfect show. I mean, as perfect as you could get, you know what I mean, as far as all of the training that we had been through. Because you're not considered a mermaid until you've swam for 1.5 years and trained. And you have someone over you, which is called your trainer. And that is a senior mermaid, someone that's been there for years and years. And they get a little trainee, which would be like, I would get a trainee, someone under me, and so I would train that person, and I would be responsible for them for the whole 1.5 years whilst they were training to become a mermaid, learning the shows, their breath hold, all of those sort of things. Just all of it entails that. So my point being is that when we are affirming, we are normally, I'm not saying this is constantly and consistently the truth, but we are normally in a state of anxiousness and anxiety and distrust, which is an imbalance in our nervous system, right? So I very much have perfected knowing when I am not in a balanced state of mind through my nervous system. Because what you have to recognize, mermaids understand, a true mermaid understands that in order to manifest, you must have a balanced and calm nervous system. This is just a fact of life. And there are many people out there that are wooing you into believing that you can affirm, whether you're angry and all of these things. That is not to say that you cannot do that, because we are gods ourselves, right? And goddesses. We are mermaid goddesses. So we are capable of doing anything. However, what I'm going to tell you, because I am a favorite mermaid mystic, is that yes, you can manifest, but I'm going to tell you that I've hacked the system because I have mermaid secrets, okay? And the treasure trove tip that I want to give you is this: you cannot sustain a manifestation until you have subconsciously imprinted it, okay? We are mermaids of the deep. That's our normal atmosphere, okay? We are enclosed. Mermaids have to learn to adapt to becoming landlocked because our time on the earth is different than our time in the water. But what I'm here to tell you and to teach you is that in order for you to sustain your desires, being a landlocked mermaid, is that you have to understand how you have to basically reprogram how you lived in the waters deep. And now understanding that you have to take that and bring it onto land, which is a whole different ball game. Okay, so if we were mermaids of the deep still, and we were real mermaids living in the deep and we weren't landlocked, we could probably manifest in that way. But I'm here to explain to you that you've got to understand the laws. We are now on Caesar law, which means land. When we lived amongst the mermaid world, okay, of the deep, the rules did not apply the same as they do apply in Caesar's land. So this is a whole new law that we have to recognize, and I'm here to teach you, because you have to learn how to work the law being a landlocked mermaid. Because beforehand, I mean, you can do it like the humans do it, the human folk, but the merfolk have the tip. We have the secret treasure trove tips. We know how to do it if you will only listen and pay attention and understand that we have all the keys to the underworld kingdom, okay? And so if you want to accomplish all your dreams as a landlocked mermaid, then you've got to listen to a real mermaid, okay? So the only reason that I'm telling you this is because I want you to understand that it's so much easier than to not have to work hard. We didn't work hard as mermaids of the deep. We should not have to work hard on land as well, now that we're landlocked mermaids. So I'm giving you all of the treasure trove tips to help you understand that and to use them and utilize the law in the way that is most beneficial for you to accomplish your dreams and goals, okay? So I hope you derive some benefit from this. As always, I'm most affably yours till my next swim. Cheers, darlings.